Welcome, everybody, to the Business in a Box for E-commerce Growth Summit. We are coming live from New York City. We have people tuning in from all around the world who are taking the time to tune in for a very special event today. Now, regardless of where you are on your growth journey, we're going to get tactical today. We're going to talk strategy. We're going to talk tactics. There's a line I've heard: tactics win battles, but strategy wins war. We're going to help you win the war that is entrepreneurship and help you unlock your path to 1 million and beyond. Now, a couple things. You've probably been to other online events or live streams or summits, and there are 4 reasons why this will be different today. The first is we're going to talk tactics that are actually being used by operators today. So you're going to walk away with actual tactics to level up your business, not just theory. The second thing is that we are in a new era. I won't even say the word AI, just kidding, I said it, but we are in a new era, and there's a new way that businesses are being started today and scaled online. And for that new era, there's a new set of tactics that must be used. The third thing is that every single person here wants an edge. They want to be able to level up. So we're going to be sharing some tools and tactics that can help you level up your business. The final thing is, for everyone here, we have a very special offer, which we're going to be sharing at the end. So everyone stay tuned. We want to make this worth your while. You'll walk away with tactics, you'll walk away with strategy, and you're going to walk away with an exclusive offer only to folks who are here watching the summit. Now, for today, I'm going to walk through the agenda. We're going to start off with why this matters. We're going to have a keynote from Doula's head of product on what's cooking at Doula. And then we're going to get into tactics and strategy. We have a very special guest, AB from WAP. We're then going to finish off with any Q&A, and we have a very special offer at the end. Now, another thing I want to run through is there was a ton cooking at Doula. There was a ton cooking all across entrepreneurship. And one final reminder, stay until the end. We have a very special offer. Now, we actually did have 2 special guest speakers today, but some exciting news. Our guest speaker, Ron, is welcoming a new member to the family. Huge congratulations to Ron and his entire family. So unfortunately, Ron is unable to join today. That's the bad news. The good news is we will be doing more summits. So Ron, you can run, but you can't hide. You will be back. We will be doing another presentation with Ron in the future. However, I'm stoked to have AB from WAP, who is going to be giving an incredibly tactical presentation today. If you haven't heard, WAP is a company that empowers top creators and digital brands globally. They have helped creators earn over $2 billion. Yes, that's a B. That's billion with a B. I won't reveal too much more. AB's going to jump in, but WAP's cooking on a lot of things that can help you as an e-commerce business, and AB's going to run through the tactics and the strategy. Now, here's a brief overview of what AB's going to cover. Everything from, if you have an e-commerce business, how do you take that business and layer on info? How do you actually build from scratch going 0 to 1? Or maybe you are at 1. How do you go 1 to N? And get a clear picture of how you can use WAP, how you can use Doula, and how you can use other tools to level up your e-commerce business. Now, without further ado, I'm very excited to pass things over to Doula's head of product, Ben Villaret, who's going to do a run through of some very exciting things cooking at Doula. Ben, over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Arjun. Hey, everyone. I'm Ben, head of product at Doula. Excited to have this opportunity to share with you how Doula is continuing to evolve to support e-commerce founders more deeply than ever in 2026. Across thousands of conversations with business owners, we've learned something really important. No matter their stage, experience, or revenue level, our founders often ask us the exact same question: what do I need to do next for my business? This question alone is the source of uncertainty, delays, missed opportunities, and can sometimes even mean business failure. Helping e-commerce business owners answer this question is at the center of Doula's product mission. Let me switch the slide. Cool. E-commerce founders are overwhelmed. They're juggling formation, business compliance, bookkeeping, taxes, sales, inventory management, advertising, and much more. Everything is new, and there are so many questions that need to be answered. Their biggest pain point isn't access. There are already too many tools, too many platforms, and too much information. What we realize is our founders don't have clarity. Founders don't want to search through dashboards, toggle between platforms, or research all day and ultimately end up guessing the next step. They need actionable guidance across a broad range of business areas, right? And this is where Doula comes in. Today, Doula's Business in a Box helps founders with the business fundamentals that matter most. Formation and EIN services to get your business started right. Our compliance suite helps founders stay aware of important business compliance dates and handle required filings with the click of a button. Bookkeeping and tax products provide business owners with financial clarity and ensure their taxes are handled timely and accurately with dedicated support. E-commerce analytics provides insights on your orders, inventory, and marketing campaign performance, so you see what's working and what needs a little more attention. And our latest addition to the Business in a Box, which we launched in September of 2025, the AI Co-Founder. And the AI Co-Founder is key to our mission. It's our first step towards answering the founder's biggest question: what should I do next? At current state, it gives guidance, suggestions, and context-specific actions across business operations, compliance, and growth, with answers tailored specifically towards your business. But this is just the start. For 2026, our vision is simple. Every founder should always know exactly what they need to be thinking about next to support their business. And to take that a step further, they shouldn't even need to ask us the question. I want to talk about two key ways we're planning to expand AI Co-Founders' capabilities to make this possible. The first way is with actionable business guidance. At Doula, we've seen the business setup movie thousands of times. We know from our experience what the process is and what steps it takes for business owners to be successful. And we want to ensure all of our founders have the script. Our first goal is to make it as simple as possible for our e-commerce founders to go from business formation to first sale, and to do so compliantly. The first sale for a new e-commerce business owner is a huge inflection point. It's not just revenue, it's proof. Proof that a real person trusted you enough to pull out their credit card. Proof that the idea works in the real world, not just in your head. That single notification flips the narrative from "I'm trying to start a business" to "I'm actually running one." Doula's aim is to combine business compliance with e-commerce education through clear, actionable next steps tailored specifically to your business to get you to your first sale as fast as and as easily as possible, all guided by our AI Co-Founder. The first sale creates momentum, and our job at Doula is to help you cross that bridge faster. But we know the e-commerce business journey doesn't end at first sale. That's why our second goal is to provide proactive advice to go from your first sale to your 1,000th sale and beyond. Using data from thousands of successful businesses we've helped, combined with our AI Co-Founder engine, Doula will be able to provide proactive, deep business insights that help founders move from first sale to scale effectively. Our AI Co-Founder will continuously review your business data and identify opportunities, risks, and optimizations. Proactive business guidance to keep your e-commerce business on track and growing, all within the Doula customer dashboard. Our goal is for AI Co-Founder to answer your biggest business questions before they slow you down, sometimes before you even realize these questions exist. This mission will transform Doula from a set of business support tools into a fully guided e-commerce business engine, what we at Doula like to call the ultimate business in a box for e-commerce businesses. From formation to first sale to scale, we're not just supporting your business, we're actively helping you build one that lasts. Our goal at Doula is to give e-commerce founders clarity, not confusion. So when you find yourself asking the question, what should I do next? Our answer will be simple. Here's your next step. Here's why it matters. And most importantly, here's how Doula can help you do it. Thank you. And we're excited to welcome you to the next chapter of building the ultimate business in a box for e-commerce with Doula. And with that, I'll send it back to you, Arjun.
Thank you, Ben. You do not have to do it alone. And before I pass things back to AB, I'm going to make a maybe wild proclamation. But as every entrepreneur listening knows, everything is delusional until it becomes reality. I hope a couple of years from now, AB, we can look back and say the front end of entrepreneurship starts with WAP, setting up a business, scaling it, accepting payments, and the back end is Doula, all the unsexy yet critical compliance and back office that you need to run a business. The front end is WAP, the back end is Doula. Now with that, AB is an account manager on the growth team at WAP, and I mentioned before, they have helped creators earn over $2 billion with a B in earnings. The other thing I want to go through though is, if Doula is a business in a box with a back office, WAP's a business in a box on steroids for everything you can do to go from 0 to 1 and 1 to N. So AB is going to run through how you can maybe take an e-commerce business, layer on info, layer on a continuity subscription or offer, and there's a whole lot more. AB, I'm excited to pass things over to you. Thanks for coming on today, and I'm very excited to go 0 to 1 and 1 to N with you.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure, Arjun. Thank you so much for having me. What's up, chat? How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? I'm going to be sharing my screen and walking through, giving you guys a quick breakdown of what WAP is. And for those that are looking to, get a business started, you can definitely do so on WAP. It's very, very exciting what we're working on. And I'm going to just go ahead and share my screen here. And let me go. Okay, cool. Awesome. So here's our landing page, wap.com/sell. And our mission is to deliver everybody a sustainable income. We're a platform that we have paid groups. When it comes to business models, there's paid groups, people selling software, coaching, courses, services, all of that you can do and, run your business on WAP. So right here on our page here, we have different use cases, of course, for these different business models. But for those that are in e-com, one of the ideas that I was thinking about when I was talking with Arjun is, wow, there's a really huge opportunity for those that are in the e-com space to add on and potentially grow their brand by, offering some form of continuity and integrating a paid group. So I've got a demo that I want to kind of go through today with you guys, but some of the, key takeaways of what you're able to do on WAP and giving you a preview while I go through a demo is we've got all the tools that you need to grow your business. So from store pages to accepting payments, integrating, utilizing affiliates. We've got our own mobile app, buy now, pay later, dispute fighter. And all of this is free to use. So WAP is free to use. We have all of our fees here listed, and you can, access all of our docs on docs.wap.com, which I will be able to, share those links with you guys. But all of our FAQs are right here. So what can you sell on WAP? Really anything, as long as it's legal and not against terms of service. And so what I wanted to kind of go through now is sharing my screen here. And if you guys can see this tab, we're on, wap.com right now. I've already taken the time to log in. We don't use usernames or passwords. It's email and two-factor authentication. And I can start a business from this page here. So what I'm going to do is go through the flow and show you guys what you can do if you're running, let's say, my example that I wanted to go through is a calisthenics kit. If you're selling a calisthenics kit and you're looking to add, let's say, a paid group to your offer, one of the things that you're able to do is after customers purchase your, calisthenics body kit, you can reach out to them through email or SMS and, offer them the opportunity of joining your paid fitness group. And so I can go through here and, pick my business here. Let's see, AB's, fitness group, and we can go ahead and start to create that business. Instantly, you are thrown into your dashboard. So we provide you with all the tools. You're able to have a CRM where you can access your users. You can see all of your payment information. We've got methods of being able to invoice clients. And then also you're able to withdraw all your money from payouts here. The exciting thing is that you can run WAP globally. There's a lot of, I know there's people here in the US. We got people here from all over the world. WAP is global. And so our goal is to, provide sustainable income for everyone. And we try to do so by making it available all across the world. As you can see here, this is my dashboard. This is my back end. But I've got a front end here where I can build out and start to customize what my users will experience when it comes to a community. So what I'm thinking when it comes to a calisthenics group would be, some sort of weekly calls. You can have a chat where people can communicate and talk about, working out. You can do, provide a course, which are, videos and ways to optimize their workouts, things along those lines of that. So when it comes to your business, you're able to obviously create multiple products. One angle is you don't even have to think about launching a group and having it be paid. It could be something where after you sell a product to a customer, you want to maybe able to create some form of community where you can, nurture those clients and be able to keep them. I think having a WAP group is a little better than, somebody being on your email list, right? Because they can interact and they can engage with, the community. So what I've already done is I've taken the time of creating a product already. I just wanted to show you guys the flow of how easy it was to just, launch a company and, start creating products. But on this page here, I've already taken the time to actually build out that calisthenics community. It's called Body Flow Calisthenics, and the product that I'm selling is called the Movement Lab. So I put this all together here, and I'm going to show you what the store page or the product page looks like. So as you can see, this is a paid group. It's fitness. I've filled out the product name, my headline. I've given it the description of what this product is. I've created my pricing option. Let's say I want to offer a yearly option as well. I can create another pricing option here and say this is going to be $299 per year, right? So there's a lot of flexible options that you have when it comes to how you accept payment. And we have tons of different options when it comes to what you want to accept at checkout. So pretty exciting stuff when it comes to being able to, just like that, create another pricing option. I've got all my features here listed that you're going to get when you purchase this product, FAQs, and we have some of these. I have a specific product page link. So the way this comes into play is, let's say somebody buys my calisthenics kit. It comes with, a calisthenics bar, jump ropes, mats, whatever, right? And then afterwards, you can reach out to those clients through email or SMS and offer them the opportunity of joining your continuity product and getting into the info space and providing group coaching calls, whether they're weekly, whether they're you want to offer one-on-ones with clients and upsell them to work directly with you. Maybe you hire some coaches to provide those sessions, but you're now going from selling a single product to now offering an opportunity to work closely with those customers that make those purchases. So what does it look like, and what does WAP offer now that we have this product? Well, we have an app store, and in this app store, just like you go into your iPhone to look up to-do list apps, you can look up applications here that you can provide as an experience to those customers. So right off the bat, one thing that I want to do is I want to have a chat for people that join Body Flow Calisthenics. And so I went ahead and created that chat. I can edit the name of it and call it, workout chat. All right. And just like that, every member that's a part of the community will have access to this. I can, add a course, which will, have breakdown videos of how to use the calisthenics bar or, put together certain workouts. So I could say workout videos. And here are detailed workout videos, right? And go ahead and create. So just like that, we have a workout course that we can provide to people, right? Workout videos. And we can, categorize these however we want to. Let's see here. Let's call this category Get Fit, right? So everything in the Get Fit category you get access to. So right now, if I wanted to, I could share this link. I could allow people to join, pay $29 for the month. I'm offering a 7-day trial, right? So this goes from you now selling a single product to now being able to extend out and get into the info space by, providing a place for those customers of yours to continue to be a customer and pay you recurring, or, sign up, be a part, like you can announce things to them. You can make, keep them in the loop and provide updates to, what products you guys have rolling out. Or let's say you have an in-person event that you're going to do and do a nationwide tour and, meet up with these customers of yours. This is what you're able to do on WAP. And I think it's pretty cool that you can, 10x a business when it comes to just using a little bit of imagination. So I know that's a lot of yap, Arjun, but I wanted to kind of, let the, chat see the whole experience. And as you can see, if somebody wants to, I can provide them a direct checkout link for this $29 a month option. I can share with them a product page, and this is what my product page currently looks like. So obviously right here, we have a generic banner that's created, but you can add your own custom banners. You can add a video sales letter there, really grasping the audience's attention, and they can, learn more about your offer. But here's all my descriptions. Here's my features. I'm the owner there. You can customize your profile. My name isn't Alex. I just kind of, used a character there, but here's all the FAQs. And if somebody wants to become an affiliate of Body Flow Calisthenics, they can do so right from my product page. So pretty exciting stuff, but you're pretty much ready to go. The only thing that you need to do here is add a logo and customize some banners. But just like that, we have a fully functioning, ready to go info product that we can add on to our, and offer to our customers that are buying our calisthenics kit.
AB, thank you. That was awesome. We are going to take some live Q&A after we share a very exclusive doula offer. I would say there's a WAP offer, but as AB mentioned, it's free. It's $0 for everything you just ran through. So chat, we're going to answer some questions. I have a couple too, but before we get into the Q&A, before this, I said something. I said, imagine a future, which I don't think we have to imagine because that future's here, where the front end is WAP and the back end is doula. And what you just saw in the last 20 minutes was two tools that help you do everything from starting your LLC in all 50 states, getting an EIN, a bank account, your bookkeeping, your taxes, a compliance AI co-founder, a way to set up payments and accept payments in over 190 countries, a way to set up a storefront, set up a paid group. There's a whole bunch more AB ran through, but the point is all of the infrastructure is actually there. So when I see tooling like this, I think, why don't people take the plunge? And the truth is, I think we've all been lied to. And what I mean by that is, I don't think people have the full understanding of what entrepreneurship entails. And I want to tell the story, a very quick story of the many-sided dice. Let's imagine there are two people and you're playing a game where you roll a dice, and if you roll a 1, you win. So you don't know how many sides the dice has, but all you're told is roll, and if you hit a 1, you win. So person number 1 takes the dice and starts rolling. And they roll 100 times and they fail. They didn't get a single 1, so they quit. They say, this dice is rigged. I couldn't get a single 1. However, person 2 takes the dice and they start rolling. And they roll 100 times, but they say, hey, I'm statistically bound to hit a 1 at some point. So they roll again. They get to 500 times. They still haven't rolled a single 1, but they say, hey, there's got to be a 1 on here. Statistically, I'm going to get there at some point. So they keep pushing. They get to 700 times. They still haven't rolled a single 1. But on roll 742, they finally hit a 1. Now, here's the harsh truth. Both people actually had a die with 1,000 sides. The dice wasn't rigged. But the only difference was the first person thought that their dice had 6 sides. The first person thought the game was rigged. When the truth is, in entrepreneurship, you're starting with 1,000-sided die. Some people might start with 10,000. You might not have the tools. You might not have the education. You might not have the skills. But at the end of the day, each of those sides are things you need to solve in your business. It could be hiring. It could be setting up your LLC. It could be setting up your storefront. It could be accepting payments. And the only reason why those dice rolls fail is because you don't have the experience. So you roll, and eventually you hit that 1. You don't need luck at the end of the day. What you need is the volume. What you need is to stay in the game. So ultimately, at the end of the day, what doula and what WAP are allowing you to do is stay in the game. We are quite literally shaving sides off that dice. So if you use doula and you use WAP, your dice doesn't have 1,000 sides. It has 2 less sides. It actually has a lot less than 2. So you're able to stay in the game longer and not have to worry about the side that says accepting payments. Don't have to worry about the side that says start your LLC. You don't have to worry about the side that says pay your IRS taxes to avoid fines. And at the end of the day, we can help you stay in the game. So with that, doula and WAP, we're both VC-backed companies. We've served thousands of entrepreneurs across hundreds of countries. And today, we have a very special offer. You can get started at WAP today completely for free and run through everything AB just ran through and get your business off the ground or level it up. At doula, we have an exclusive offer. This is the largest offer we've actually ever done. For the remainder of January, you get 25% off all doula plans. Whether you're starting your business and just need an LLC, or you're scaling it and want our full business-in-a-box solution with bookkeeping and taxes, all you have to do is scan this QR code or head to doula.com. And at the end of the day, I'll finish with this before we get into Q&A. I think the two saddest phrases in the English language are if only and what if. And I don't want anyone this year to get to the end of 2026 and think, oh, if only and what if I had actually taken the plunge and started my business or leveled it up. Remember, your dice might have 1,000 sides, it might have 10,000 sides, but Doula and Walk, we want to help you shave sides off that dice and stay in the game. You literally cannot lose if you don't quit, if you keep rolling and you level up your business with the right tools. So with that, Arjun, that's my name. AB, thank you so much. Scan the code, head to wap.com. Everyone here, let's get to that winning roll. 2026 will be the year that you make that winning roll and hit those ones. So thank you, everyone. We're going to keep this up here for anyone to scan. And AB, I'm going to start with a question. And chat, if you have questions, please pop in. AB, you guys have worked with thousands, actually it might be millions at this point of entrepreneurs. If I had to ask you the biggest mistake you see people make, let's pick like one of the sides of that dice. What do you think is the biggest mistake people make that stops them from getting a business off the ground?
I would say that thinking that you need to perfect everything. I think that there's this saying that, success loves speed. So you want to move fast. You want to, just start, because what you can do afterwards is iterate off of things, right? So if you think that you need to have everything set up and perfect everything, wrong mentality, I would say. But getting started and iterating off of that will, I think, allow you to get to the goal at the end of the day, and you can, learn from that. So I think being a perfectionist and thinking you have to have everything perfect and it's got to be the perfect time, that's probably one of the biggest things that I've learned. Just getting started, just do it.
Just do it. We like to say just do it. So do it, just do it. I want to take the opposite side of that question. So let's say someone has started, they've taken the plunge, they're climbing the mountain, they just decided to do it. Let's say someone has a business and it's doing stable revenue. Maybe it's doing a couple thousand a month, maybe it's doing 10K per month. What have you seen as the lowest hanging fruit someone can take to level up their business? Maybe it's go and adding an extra couple thousand per month, but is there a feature? Is there an offer? Is there something hidden in plain sight, which many entrepreneurs don't see, that allows them to get to that next level of business?
Yeah, I think one of the things is that you want to have a tight feedback loop with your customers. So, if you're already making money, you've, reached an audience and, let's say it's a subscription product, you have members that have churned, having a tight feedback loop with why those customers have churned, so that you can, collect that feedback to make your product better, right? And be like, that's great feedback, I'll add that. And now you're able to reach back out to those same customers because you've added a feature that was, at one point missing. And so I think a tight feedback loop and hearing directly from your customers is one of the easiest, lowest hanging fruit opportunities to enhance your product or, optimize your operations.
Very cool. The last question I want to ask here is, can you give a sneak peek of what's coming in the future for WAP? So in 2026, you walked through a ton of stuff that WAP already offers. Is there anything you can share or give a preview to of what's coming in the rest of this year?
Yeah, so I think one of the cool things right now is that we're really pushing for, I demoed some native applications, but one of the big things right now is our development, so we're allowing for a lot of people to create really whatever they want to when it comes to an application. As you saw in the App Store, I installed a few native WAP applications like the chat and courses, but that App Store is open to any developer to build an application. So making it really exciting for unique, it's pretty exciting. So I think apps, tools that businesses on the platform can, utilize. People are getting creative. So we're really beefing up, allowing for developers to build more on WAP.
Very cool. On that, to go one level deeper on WAP, can you share the best-selling product, or is there a specific category? You showed maybe a couple of those different business types. Is there one that jumps up? Maybe someone's listening saying, hey, I want to start in an area where other people have had success. So is there a category or a space that's performing best right now in 2026?
Yeah, so I would say the info space is really huge. Paid groups is also very, very popular. And specifically with that, I would say, um, you know, SaaS is huge. So a lot of these paid groups right now are switching over to, providing software to their existing users. A lot of users love using tools that can enhance their experience. So, for example, AI is a pretty big popular, a niche right now, and automations, right? I came across this group that just teaches, somebody how to learn about AI automations, and they didn't leave it to just having a group. They built a custom software that you can chat with to, reinforce what you're learning within the community so that you can, see through, you know what I mean, and actually see a level of success and learn, take from what you're learning. So it's not just like, hey, join this community, we do weekly calls talking about AI, but they built a software that members can use within the community. So I would say, if you're going to build a community, think about a SaaS, right, and a piece of software that that community can also utilize, because it's more value that you're providing. So I would say community plus SaaS is a very popular business model.
Very cool. You mentioned info, you mentioned paid groups, you mentioned SaaS, and then you mentioned the combination of the two. I have a combination question for you. A lot of people starting, they might think, oh, I don't have an audience yet, so I don't have distribution, so I need to build that first before I actually build the product. Others might say, I don't have the product yet, so it doesn't matter, the product's not ready. What are your thoughts on what you've seen with entrepreneurs in terms of whether they should focus on the audience or the distribution first or the product?
Yeah, I think usually people think about the product first, and then they're like, all right, well, where am I going to get these people from? So I think at the end of the day, there's a simple answer to that, but obviously it comes with cost. Whether it's you could do paid traffic, right, at the end of the day. But the reality is that I think you can attract your audience and find out how to enhance a product just by launching something for free even. So like with WAP, it isn't necessarily about even, launching a paid group, or you might think about the product that you want, but you're like, well, I kind of need an audience to, test it out, give me some feedback, be beta testers, right? Early adopters. And one of the cool things you can do there is you can launch something and it can be completely free by then going back to, hey, how do you make a product better or make more money? You get that type feedback loop, suggestions, feedback, and that's when you can decide to launch and maybe offer the opportunity for those early adopters or the founding members to join at a discounted rate, and then you have your sticker price ready to go. But I would say free is the lowest hanging fruit that you could go when it comes to being in that, like I was showing folks on the product or the audience. Well, why not both, right? And it doesn't have to be well, I'm not making money or whatnot. You're in the growing stages or the building stages. So being able to have that type feedback loop with the free audience, they'll tell you what would be sick or what would be cool. So giving the value away for free and finding out what people like so that you can then launch the product that you have in mind.
I love that. I want to ask a question in terms of access. We at Doula, we support you whether you have a social or not. So you actually don't even need a social security number to get a LLC in the US from anywhere in the world or get a bank account. Certain banks have restrictions though in terms of the country they can serve. That's due to federal sanctions or federal reasons versus Doula specifically. Can you share who is able to use WAP? Are there any restrictions in terms of type of business or country?
Yeah, I think really it's just sanctioned terrorists and sanctioned countries. That's what I like that's my line right there. But when you go to WAP and you set up your business, you can actually start accepting payments the second you make a checkout link. So I have went ahead and created my product. I had my plan that I created. I added an additional plan that the audience saw and put together a yearly plan. If I share that link, people can sign up and join, and I can accept payments. As you saw, I didn't do any sort of verification going through KYC or anything. That's after the fact. So we don't restrict people from selling on WAP. It's when you go to withdraw and pay out that you then KYC. So pretty exciting stuff. So we are available in a lot of countries when it comes to where we can accept payments, as well as where you can get paid out. We pay out in ton of different methods. You could do ACH, you could do wire transfers, you can do PayPal, you can do Venmo, you can do crypto. There's tons of ways that you can request with withdrawals. So we're very global. So no KYC to prevent you from starting and waiting for that approval. We allow you to start processing payments, and you just KYC when you pay out.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, AB, this was awesome. Thanks for sharing the sauce. Thanks for going through the Q&A as well. And last thing I just want to ask is, where can people find you, or where can people find WAP?
Absolutely. So wap.com/sell. If you guys are looking for more information about what WAP is, you go to wap.com. You can find out our Discover page and see different WAPs. Join a WAP or two. And I think one of the things is, we're completely free. So it doesn't hurt to go through and play around and navigate on our platform. And when you're ready to launch, we'll be here to accept your guys' payments.
Love it. Thank you, AB. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in today, taking the time to try to level up your business. Again, Doula and WAP, we exist to shave sides off that dice, your back office, your front office taken care of. Do not let this year be the year where you go through, you make the resolution you didn't hit. Don't say if only, don't say what if. WAP is free to use. Doula is offering our biggest discount ever to actually get started to launch or level up your business. So head to wap.com, head to doula.com. You can find AB and I. You can find the Doula team and WAP teams on social. And here's to the biggest year of growth for every single person listening and watching. Thank you, AB. Thanks for coming on. Let's Doula it, everyone.
Let's Doula it.
Let's WAP it. Let's Doula it.